So before I get into the video, I just want to explain to you guys what happened to my last video. I dropped a video about LeBron last week and everything was good for the first couple hours, but if you saw this video 3 hours after it dropped, the video didn't match with the audio for some reason. So it was kind of weird that YouTube messed up my video because when I first dropped the video, everything was fine. And then all of a sudden people were saying that the video wasn't matching the audio. So things were showing on the screen, but it didn't match what I was saying. And now if you go watch the video, 5 minutes of the video is completely gone. YouTube cut that out for some reason. So there was a lot of good things that were cut out of this video, and it's really weird to me that YouTube would do that. This has never happened to me before, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a part 2 to this video because there was some information that I missed out that I wanted to put in here. So I'm going to drop a part 2 to this, and I will be playing this entire video at the end. So I'm going to add some information to this and then just basically show this video, the full version that a lot of you guys didn't get to see. Because this was a really good video and it's just crazy that YouTube messed it up like that. But anyways, this video is going to be about Rick Ross, right? Because Rick Ross is not a real person. Rick Ross is a fictional character and it's pretty obvious. Everything he says in his music and stuff, it's pretty obvious he's a whole character. And just like any other world stage character, they all have a secondary character where this person looks just like them. So this character is Kimbo Slice, right? Rick Ross and Kimbo Slice look just alike. And Kimbo Slice is a death faker, right? Because he faked his death a couple years ago. And before I get into that, I just want to show you guys the resemblance because they look exactly alike. In these pictures right here, you cannot tell them apart. Most people would probably think this is Rick Ross if you showed them, but this is Kimbo Slice. And then here's Rick Ross, and Rick Ross does a lot of symbolism. I'll get to that later on, but right here he's pointing a gun to his head, so I'm pretty sure he's going to end up faking his death as well. And then here you got Kimbo Slice. They look exactly alike. Right here they're both looking down, they look similar. Their noses are very similar. And then right here we got Rick Ross doing some symbolism as always. And then somebody made a side to side. They look just alike. There's really not much I can say about this. If you guys know who Kimbo Slice is, he's an MMA fighter and Rick Ross is a rapper. Rick Ross lost a lot of weight recently, and it kind of makes sense because Kimbo Slice was a bit thinner. But, their bodies are fake. It's pretty obvious that Rick Ross's fat body is fake, and so are these tattoos. But before I get into his tattoos, because he has some really weird tattoos, I just want to explain how their bodies are fake. So right here, Kimbo Slice's belly button looks very weird to me, and his chest hair looks very weird to me. I've never seen that before. He only has chest hair on one side of his chest. So I don't know, maybe some people have that, but I've never seen that before. It could be natural, I'm not sure, but to me it doesn't look natural at all. And then with Rick Ross, his tattoos look very CGI'd in these pictures right here. And he has some very weird tattoos. This tattoo looks very evil right here on the left side. And then he has a tattoo of Abraham Lincoln and George Washington on his chest. Like, who just gets these people tatted on their chest? And a lot of history is fake. These are not actually real people. I will be exposing a lot of historical characters as well pretty soon. Like I said, his body is obviously fake. He lost so much weight, and it's damn near impossible to lose that much weight that fast. It's not impossible, but it's very hard to do that. But anyways, here we got Kimbo Slice. He looks just like Rick Ross, and there's a lot of comparisons online. It sucks that this one's blurry because this is a really good comparison. And then here's some more memes about it. This has been going on for a long time. This person said, bro, Rick Ross really morphed into Kimbo Slice. I'm proud of him. And then this is a tweet from 2012. And this guy just said, Rick Ross equals Kimbo Slice. And there's like 100 tweets about them being the same person. But I just wanted to show this one because this is from 2012. So people have been noticing this for over 10 years now. And there's even a YouTube video about this called Rick Ross is Kimbo Slice. And they just show a lot of comparisons about Kimbo Slice and Rick Ross. And this video is 13 years old. So this person noticed it 13 years ago, about to be 14 years ago. And then here's some more comparisons of Rick Ross and Kimbo Slice. And some people also think that Mark Henry is involved in this situation. And I wouldn't be surprised because he does look like them as well. And he's also a wrestler. And as we know, Kimbo Slice is a MMA fighter. And also I want to point out that wrestling is completely fake. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video about that, because there is so much proof that it's fake. You know, especially the WWE, and boxing is fake. Every sport is fake. So I'll be making more videos about that if you guys want me to. So just let me know in the comments if you guys want me to do that. And Mark Henry does look a lot like Rick Ross. You know, it is possible that he's another character, but I'm not 100% sure about this. You know, they do have a picture together, and that doesn't really mean much, but they don't look exactly alike to me. You know, there's some slight differences, but once again, you never know. You know, this could be another character. And then some people also say James Harden, which I do see a little bit of him, but I don't see it enough to say that he's another character. And here's a meme that says before Thanksgiving dinner and then after. And I feel like the reason why I don't believe this one that much is because this one is pushed in the media a lot. You know, just because it's pushed in the media doesn't mean it's fake, but a lot of times they want us to make videos about these type of people that they put out in the media instead of other ones like Kimbo Slice and Rick Ross. You know, because this is the main one that the media pushes out that Rick Ross looks like. And once again, you know, this could be another character of Rick Ross, but I doubt it. You know, I believe Trey the Truth is James Harden. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that makes more sense than Rick Ross being James Harden. And then something funny about Rick Ross's career is that his character is based off another character. So there's this other character called Rick Ross, and supposedly he was a drug dealer and he was a kingpin and stuff like that, but you know, he's just another character for the world stage. And it's crazy how Rick Ross the rapper stole his whole name and street credibility, and he named himself Rick Ross and he became a rapper. And then like 6 years later, Freeway Rick Ross, which is the original one, he went to court and he tried making a case about this, but it was too late. You know, I guess he was too late to try to fight this, and now Rick Ross gets to keep the name. And it's just very funny to me that a character stole another character's identity in plain sight and nobody said anything about it. But Freeway Rick Ross is another character. I will be exposing his character in another video because I don't want to make this video too long, and that video is deep enough to be its own video, so I will be dropping that video pretty soon. But anyways, like I said earlier, there's a chance that Rick Ross is going to fake his death. You know, a while back there was an article that said Rick Ross hospitalized, possible pneumonia. And there's a lot of scripting with this as well. So Kill, Ross, and Mason all have the same exact numbers. So Kill, Ross, and Mason all equal 17 in the same cipher. And then they all equal 28 in the same cipher. And it's funny because Rick Ross's birthday is January 28. And as I just showed you guys, Kill, Ross, and Mason all equal 28. And Kimbo Slice's birthday is February 8. And when you write that out, that's 2/8, which is basically 28. So that's an interesting connection right there. And also, their birthdays are 11 days apart. You know, they're 2 years apart and 11 days apart. So their birthdays are very close together, and they're not that far in age. And it's very obvious that Rick Ross is a Freemason. You know, although he's just a character and he's not actually a real person, his character does put out a lot of Freemason symbolism. As you guys can see right here, he's throwing up the Masonic diamond. And he literally has a song called Freemason where he admits that he is a Freemason. So if you guys haven't heard that song, go check it out because he is actually admitting it in so many different ways in his verse. And Jeezy is also in that song. And we all know that he's a Freemason too. And Freemason equals 42, right? So it's kind of funny that Kimbo Slice dies at 42. So let's put all of this together. So Rick Ross has a song called Freemason, and Freemason equals 42, and Kimbo died at 42, or at least he faked his death at age 42. And Rick Ross's real name is William Leonard Roberts, and that equals 133 in the reverse full reduction, and Slice is 33. And as you guys know, Masonry equals 33. And then Kimbo Slice's date of death was June 6, 2016. So if you write out June 6th, you get 66, 6-6, which is basically 33 plus 33. And also his death date has 3 6s in it, because June is the 6th month, and then it was the 6th day, and then 2016. So there's 3 6s in there. So Kimbo Slice's fake death was very, very scripted. And then Rick and Kimbo both have the same exact numbers. So Rick and Kimbo both equal 23 in the same cipher. And then they both equal 31. And then Rick Ross likes to call himself Rose. So I typed that in, and it matches up a lot with Kimbo. So as you guys can see right here, they're not in the same ciphers, but they're in the reverse ciphers. So Kimbo is 23 in full reduction, and Rose is 23 in the reverse full reduction. And then same thing with 31. Rose is 31 in full reduction, and then Kimbo is 31 in reverse full reduction. And then same thing with English ordinal. Kimbo is 50, and Rose is 50 in reverse ordinal. And then Rose is 85, and Kimbo is 85 in the reverse ordinal. So all of their numbers are the same, but reversed. And then another coincidence with this, and once again, I don't believe in coincidences, but Rick Ross mentioned Kimbo Slice in one of his songs.
Kimbo Slice on the pad when I write.
He said, Kimbo Slice on the pad when I write.
You know I got me an agenda.
And then in this song with Gucci, he literally admitted that he has an agenda. So I just played that for you guys, and he said, I got me an agenda. So Rick Ross's character, he puts everything in plain sight. He doesn't hide anything. He is literally admitting he's a Freemason in the other song. And then he admitted that he's Kimbo Slice in this song. Or at least he gave us a hint about it. And then in this song, he admits he has an agenda. And I will be exposing the base character of Gucci, because I already exposed this new Gucci that we see today. But as we know, the old Gucci was a different person. So I will be dropping a video about who played that old Gucci, because he was a character as well. And that's going to be a very deep video. So keep your mind open when I make that video, because it's going to shock you guys a lot. But anyways, another connection with this is, as we all know, Kimbo Slice is a fighter. And in 2012, Rick Ross got into a fight with Young Jeezy. So, a lot of people get into fights, but I just wanted to put this out there because Kimbo Slice is a fighter and Rick Ross gets into a fight. Their characters are very similar. And now I want to get into who I think is the base character of both of them. And I believe it's Barry White. I believe Barry White plays a lot of roles right now. And he also faked his death. But he looks a lot like Rick Ross and Kimbo Slice and a bunch of other people. But as you guys can see, I do believe he is the base character. They look just alike. And I wanted to put this in here because I thought it was funny that there was a whole article about Rick Ross finally getting his driver's license on XXL. His character is just very funny to me. Doing research on this has just been very funny. The fact that he admits he's a Freemason very openly and nobody notices it is kind of crazy. And then here's some more comparisons. They do look alike. I'm not 100% sure about this, but I wouldn't be surprised if Barry White is behind both of these characters. And another potential character that might be involved is Mr. T. He looks a lot like Kimbo Slice and Rick Ross as well. I'm not 100% sure about this, but there is a couple comparisons out there on Twitter, and they do look alike, so it is possible. And once again, he's a fighter just like Kimbo Slice. And now I want to get into another funny thing about Rick Ross's career. So this whole video is just very funny to me. Rick Ross literally has a picture of him working at a prison. So if you guys didn't know, Rick Ross used to be a correctional officer, which means he worked at a prison. A correctional officer basically means you're an officer at a prison and you you basically guard the prisoners at the prison. But it's just very funny to me that he has this picture and now he raps about all of this stuff. But in his past, he was literally a correctional officer, and now everything about him is going against officers, you know. And at the end of this video, I will be showing a video of him in a music video, and he's running away from an officer, and he jumps off a bridge. It is the funniest video I've ever seen. You know, Divine Sade showed me it, and she was like, you have to put this video in your video. So watch this video to the end so you guys can see that. But yeah, he admits he's a correctional officer too. You know, there's so many interviews of him denying it or running around the question. But here I'm going to show you guys a video that I finally found where he admits it.
That took me back to when there was all the controversy about you having a job as a CO and you not really wanting to tell the information why, what, when, or where, but saying that there was a reason behind all of this, right? Is that what this is talking?
Most definitely refer to, you know, me being a CO, you know, that being a job, and, you know, just understanding the grind and the hustle, and anything else I may have done. It's just a job. It's a hustle, baby.
In retrospect, do you feel maybe if you had just said that in the beginning, that it wouldn't have received so much controversial backlash?
You know, I wouldn't change nothing. You under dig? I wouldn't change nothing. You know, so because to me it's just about who Rose is. It's about me. When anywhere I go and I step in the room, I put it down. People know this authentic right here. They know it's real. So it was nothing that I was really just, you know, personally threatened with. It was just, I was just ready to move on.
Okay.
Let's go get this money. Let's make this.
Man, having a job to me is a good thing.
and right now to feed my family, I'll do it again.
There it is.
Yeah. To feed my kids, I'll go get it. We gonna go get it. My whole team gonna go get it. We gonna win. You under dig? And you know that's what everything we ever did. You under dig? I've been winning though.
Yeah, and still winning.
So right there, he basically said that he was a correctional officer and that was him in the photo, and that he'll do it again, and he brags about it. And you know, I have nothing against somebody working a job as a correctional officer, but if you used to work as a correctional officer and now you're a street rapper and you're rapping about selling drugs and all this stuff, you know, that's very contradictive, and he should not be getting a pass for that, you know what I mean? So it's just crazy that there's so many interviews of him dodging the question. You know, if you guys want to go watch him, it's so funny. He never answered the question, and now years after that, he finally admitted it. So it's just crazy to me that he did that, you know, and nobody really says nothing about it. But here's an interview where he denies it, and this interview is older than this one.
Recently accused you of working as a prison guard at one point, Rick. Is there any truth to that?
No, that's not true. But that's disappointing to hear that he said that. He said that?
That's what the question is, yeah.
That's crazy. It's not true, man, but, you know, dog a sucker, and he mad that, you know, I done came out of nowhere and just, you know, took over the streets like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm a sea dog when I see dog, but dog, don't want no problems, man.
So right there, he denied the claims and basically contradicted everything he said in the last video. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe. And now I'm going to show you guys the video of Rick Ross running away from the cops, and he jumps off a bridge. It is the funniest video ever.